How's it going, folks? Still lone voice here. I'm gonna walk away from the street here. I'm gonna do something else that I never do. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see my ugly mug, but then I'm gonna walk into the yard so that you can't see it. Oh, sorry, covered camera. Like I said, I don't do this. Hey, buy silver. Aside from the what I'm gonna talk about, buy some silver. I don't know how many of you pay attention to what's going on. Be prepared, get ready, have your food, your water. So JP Morgan got rid of all their shorts. It's not going to be announced till Friday. Watch for a bank holiday. The preachers were told by Trump to look, get ready for the next 2 weeks. That there was going to be something coming. So silver's at $14, like 10 cents an ounce. Buy silver now. Buy it. Buy as much as you can. It's going to outrank gold. It's going to, I mean, anything you can get. So anyway, oh, sorry again with the camera. On the silver, do that. So I went to court this morning for this. We filed the federal lawsuit. I'm going to do a video. I'll just upload to the Minnesota State National site all the filings that I filed. And everyone can go through them and read them and see them, and all the evidence and things will be uploaded. I did file with the federal court. So today, well, all this stuff, a lot of you might know over the trailer that I own, and they're trying to steal. They got me out of there illegally and stole my mail in my house, but my roommate who owns half the house and her kids are still there. Well, now they're trying to remove them. So they set another hearing with the exact same complaint that they used, that was filled with lies, that they used in March when we went to jury trial and beat them with the corrupt judge who took my mail. Literally, a judge ordered my U.S. mail taken. She said I would be arrested if I tried to use the postal service. And if I argued or fought with them, that I might be shot and killed. Yeah, that's what a judge said. Her name is Judge Hennessy, Stearns County, Minnesota. She believes that because some guy claimed I owed him rent, which the jury found I did not, yeah, they can take your mail. I still haven't had mail since, I want to say it's April 6th, but it may be May 6th, but my memory. So anyway, we went into court this morning on the same thing. Of course, Don was named instead of me, but it named Don and all known and unknown persons. So I'm one of the known and unknown persons and the owner. They tried fighting it. The judge said no. The judge said he gets to stay. If he's known and unknown to you, then that's who you called for. So you screwed up. Well, this lawyer's been screwing up. His name's Aaron Decker here in St. Cloud, Minnesota. You can look him up. Spelled like it sounds. He's a real dangerous man. And I mean dangerous, not in the way of getting you. I mean stupid and arrogant. This man has got more stupidity and more arrogance than I've ever seen. And if you all know anything about the law and about this stupidity and arrogance, and then add just a touch of a feeling, not even a true feeling, a feeling that he has authority or power because he's an attorney. And you got a dangerous, stupid son of a bitch. His name's Aaron Decker. I'm suing him for $11 million. $1 million personal. I want his house. I want his wife and children in the street. That's what he's trying to do to me. I want his mail. I want him in prison for stealing my mail. So anyway, I went in today. We filed the paperwork at the clerk for the jury trial that the judge said to set the 30th when we were in. So I walked in, and Don went in, and they want, that you have to put the money they claim you owe you for rent. You have to put that on deposit. Well, I gave them the Federal Reserve notes they asked for. I disagree with the amount, and I can prove the amount and whatnot. His whole complaint is nonsense. You can look online and see it. But I just want to tell you all that was interesting. I walked into the clerk's office. There was one sheriff's deputy at the front, desk, metal detector, front door, whatever. And went through that, went into the clerk's office. And in about 4 minutes, there were 7 deputies standing there watching me. I had the audacity to say, Trump, I have rights. Put it in writing and sign it. I demand to see a judge and Minnesota Constitution. Those were the things that I said. I didn't say I'm going to fucking kill you, you cocksuckers. I didn't say I'm going to, I didn't say anything of any kind of, disrespectful. I didn't say anything of any way. I said, you're not going to pull this. They wouldn't accept any filings on this jury trial coming up. And I finally got the clerk of court, who happens to be British of all things. I got him to sign a piece of paper that said he would not accept any filings without a fee. And he signed it, but he wouldn't put it in writing that the city or the county would not allow me. So he was basically saying it was his deal. I told him get the judge to sign an order that says I have to pay a fee to file any answers. Well, so now we got a jury trial that ain't coming up on the 10th for, it just can't happen in that short amount of time. But the jury trial is going to come up, right? And then they got to set it, but they can't set it now because one of us wouldn't file any papers and I wouldn't take any. My papers was my witnesses, some of my evidence, my discovery demand, my subpoena demand. And for those of you who don't know the deeper of anything, of law or state nationals, I'm not even getting into the state national stuff yet. These are every one of Americans' rights. They're not citizens, so maybe there's a little bit of nationalism in there, but you have the right to unfettered access to the court, to redress grievances against your government. A judge stole my mail. A judge threatened to kill me if I used the postal service. It's like robbing a Pony Express and shooting the horse and the rider, or robbing a stagecoach. I have the right. You have lots of rights. You have the right to, to subpoena people. You have the right to bring witnesses and force. You have the right. I believe the word used in most constitutions is to compel. You have the right to compel people to bring evidence, documents they may hold, or themselves to court. So I brought in and filed a listing today telling them that the date they had set was a Jewish holiday, Rosh Hashanah, New Year, and that wouldn't work for me, so we'd have to reset it. We won the last jury trial. It's the exact same claim. I couldn't believe it. They've got three claims now. Two are identical and they're lies, just like the second one in between, but they're opposite. One says we have an active lease. The next one says Mr. Shiggers refused to sign a lease for 2 years, and now they've come right back and said they have an active lease. Who in the hell signed the active lease in between me and I never refused to sign any lease. I refused to sign one that said that they could take my property, that they could tow my vehicles if they didn't like them, or I didn't have tabs, or whatever their little rule book said. But apparently now they're claiming again that we have an active. So anyway, I told the judge I deny. So he said, okay, put it on file in escrow, the rent for the 3 months, and we'll go to trial. So I begged him. I was screaming, not screaming at the top of my lungs, but I was, I'd raised my voice at him and said, I want the goddamn judge down here. Get the judge to put in writing that I have to pay to notify this court. And this British clerk of court up here says to me, he says, well, it says here that you're asking for an appeal on the first one, and it says here that you're filing a motion for changing the date, and you're asking for, the court subpoenaing some people, getting some information from the other side, some discovery. They won't give me anything, names of employees. They won't even give me records of payments, anything. So I put it in there, and this asshole looks at me and says, well, you obviously, you have to pay the fees if you want the court's attention. You're the one who came here. Oh, I went nuts. I went, you dumb. I didn't call him any names. I don't remember what I said to him exactly, but I basically told him, you dumb son of a bitch. I did not volunteer to be here. I didn't ask to be here. I was summoned. And I was either threatened with arrest to not show up or to be thrown out of my house if I didn't show up to answer this bullshit. And now you're telling me to answer. I have to pay you. I did not pay him today. Last time I did pay the $200, and I'm going to get that back in the federal court, and that's one of the claims in the federal court. And this one will be a claim too, but today I stood my ground. I refused all. I told him, you get the fucking sheriff over here, and sorry about the language, but, and I didn't use that with them. It's mostly lady clerks, but I raised my voice just a little bit, and I said, Trump, rights, Constitution, you can't make me pay to answer a complaint against me, so I don't get justice if I don't pay. So I can just make any complaints I want against anybody out there. They suppose I know they don't have any money this month to pay a $297 filing fee. So I can just say I want their damn car, it's mine. And if they can't pay the filing fee to answer, I get their car because of that. And this is an issue for me for mail, because if I use the U.S. mail, that other judge has previously said that I would be arrested or shot if I tried to resist or use the U.S. Postal Service. And don't worry, the Postmaster General's on that. The FBI's got a complaint now. Social Security, a bunch of people have gotten involved. But I just wanted to give you all an update of what happened today. You all would have, I wish a bunch of people, they don't let us in Stearns County. It's the one court in Minnesota I found that doesn't allow any electronics. The others all have free Wi-Fi, want you to hook your phone up, probably to check what's on it. But, you know, you can, as long as the phone is not ringing in the courtroom, it can be even on vibrate. They don't want anyone recording in this county because a lawyer accidentally recorded a case of a judge screwing someone and they got him. So now they don't want any recordings of judges screwing people. But lawyers are still allowed to bring electronics in the courtroom, even though it was a lawyer who screwed the judge in that case. Anyway, nonetheless, it's illegal. It's a public building. The lawyers, how are you supposed to be equal? The right to represent yourself. The lawyers can have all their electronics and everything, and you can't have nothing. This is another issue I brought up with them. So anyway, I just want to give you an update. We went to court today. They're going to set it for jury trial. They were supposed to call back with the new date and the time and all that crap, and they didn't call back. We were there before noon because the judge ordered a payment before noon. So we were there before noon. They refused all my filings. I'll put copies of them up on the internet too. Also, I got to scan them. They're not scanned yet. The rest is all scanned, ready to go on Minnesota State National. They just got to upload it. So it'll take about 5 minutes. It's ready to go. The code and everything is already written. So we're going to do that. Minnesota, it's the whole word, minnesotastatenationals.org. And you'll be able to check all that information out. The whole federal filing, everything that's going on here now in Stearns County. Now that everybody's actually been noticed, I had to use FedEx today. It cost me like $30-something to notice people that are basically 14 blocks away at the courthouse. And the lawyer 16 blocks away over there. Because a judge told me if I used the mail, I'd be arrested. Y'all listen to that? You see what these sons of bitches think that they have the authority to do? And you know why? It's not because of people like me. I haven't analyzed. I haven't took their shit. I haven't done anything. I've forced them to hold to their oath, and I've beat them in every turn. I make them throw me out of the courthouse. They don't want me there. I teach too many people how to beat them. And I'm telling you, folks, they're getting bolder, they're getting more brazen, they're getting more arrogant, they're getting more stupid. They really believe they are the law, that they can do anything. And I'm talking about a district court, little county judge. She may even be a magistrate. The one that issued the mail thing was the chief judge of the district, which don't mean shit. She's like 30 years old. But she, you guys, I've been saying this to the Nationals. We need to get our seats filled in the states. We need to bring the natural states back. The Nationals, take this corporation out, tell them get the hell out. We've occupied the proper republics and the seats, and to do that you got to have enough Nationals in your state to hold those seats. And people, you know, I don't want to, there's many, not just me, that know this. There's many I was taught, so there's many people out there that know how and the process of filling those seats and taking back the states. That needs to be done. We also need to buy silver and gold right now because we might need it as state nationals. You might need it just to survive like Venezuelans if this shit goes down that some people are talking about. I just can't get it out of my head. JP Morgan has no shorts. 8 years. Oh, and just one more thing. Every dollar that metal goes up now, the silver goes up in price, JP Morgan will make $1 billion in profit. So you think they don't want $1,000 an ounce silver right now from $14? $987 billion. Yeah, that's not a bad day's theft by a banker. So anyway, check Minnesota State Nationals. I'm gonna mail, FedEx. I'm gonna FedEx all the filings that the guy refused to take today, because when you send them in the mail, they don't got no choice. You don't leave a return address, and they can't mail it back, and they're kind of screwed with me anyway, because if they tried mailing it back, you got a judge in your county that says she has the authority to shoot me or order me shot if I try to look at the mail. So there goes due process. So it's an interesting, I'm sure a lot of you state nationals will have a lot of different questions about how in the hell could they do that, and the due process and the right to a jury trial, right to compel witnesses and all that. Yeah, we're having issues. So y'all need it. You need to force the issue. Don't do it violently. Don't do any of that. Like I said, they brought 7 deputies or so in there instantly because I had the audacity of saying that they worked for me and I had rights. That the Constitution said that I should have justice and access to the courts without cost or fee, is how the Minnesota State Constitution lists it. Without cost or fee. And the dude wouldn't write what I wanted, but he did write that the The filing was refused because I failed to pay the fee. He used the word fee, and he was the actual clerk of court, and he signed his name and his title. He is named in the federal lawsuit. You'll see it on the site. So anyway, they're getting more brazen, they're getting more arrogant, they're getting more stupid, and they think that they're winning. So hopefully this will stop these guys and change the face of Stearns County. And the National Liberty Alliance is trying to do the exact same thing I'm doing, basically on a federal level. They're going after the American Bar Association, the federal courts, the federal clerks, where I went after the county and the state here in Minnesota. So get you some silver, get prepared, because things are not looking well, folks. And it's getting dangerous to be a free man out there. I'm telling y'all, it's getting dangerous to be a free man. It's getting dangerous to declare that you have unalienable rights. And I use that much today. It says unalienable. You cannot charge me. This is unalienable. I have the right. Now they're gonna. Well, they won't, because I'm gonna send them through mail, but FedEx. That's the process. Another carrier than the Postal Service until the federal court steps in and takes that judge down and their order down. Now I'm going to refile them, but at the moment, I'd walk into jury trial and the other guy go, well, I don't know who his witnesses are. I was never given any notice. And of course, I've emailed him a copy, and he'll say he didn't receive it, and we'll fax some copies, and the only thing I'll have is proof that it was picked up. So I don't know. They're getting brazen and more stupid. I'm not kidding you. They stole my home. They removed me from my home illegally. They're now trying to remove the other owner of the home and steal the home. It's RV Horizons out of Colorado is the main company. Sartell Mobile Home Park is the one in Stearns County. Paul Newman is the little pissant manager. Yo, Nathan. And Judge Hennessy was the judge. Aaron Decker was the lawyer. So y'all take care. You have to watch the video. Sorry, Nathan. You have to watch the video. I'm about done now. Stand your ground. I'm going to post when my trial is. Anyone in Minnesota or around that can make it to the trial would be much appreciated. Anybody there? It's not needed. Like I said, we went through this in, I think it was June 6th or 7th, we had trial for this exact same motion. Identical wording. I'm not kidding you, people. Identical words for this new complaint. And we won that jury trial. Hands down, 25 minutes, the jury came back in our favor. So I imagine that's going to happen again, but I had to go to a federal court. I'm still not getting my mail. They took my disability payments. They're messing with my medical, and they're trying to steal my house. They admit it's mine. I have a bill of sale. I paid cash. But they're playing games. So nationals, if you want to be free, you're going to have to stand the stand. You're going to have to walk the walk. It's not just talking the talk anymore. We got a lot of people in government that are very arrogant and very stupid. And like I said, there ain't nothing more dangerous to a free man than an arrogant, stupid person who believes they have a little power. We'll catch you all later. Thanks for showing up, Nathan. I'm sorry. If you watch it, it's only 18 minutes. You'll get what's going on. MinnesotaStateNationals.org is going to have the whole filing, everything, all the filings, all the claims, and all the information. So buy silver, stay strong, be prepared for anything, and stand your ground, folks. They didn't arrest me. They tried, a lot of people, you old nationals know that they use that for intimidation. So when they walked in, I just smiled at them, asked them how they were doing, talking to them, disarming them, showing them there was no need for deputies. And they slowly walked out till there was only one left. I think they saw there was nothing going on but a man saying that he wanted his rights. So MinnesotaStateNationals.org, we'll get that up, and any nationals that can make it to court when I list the date would be appreciated. Anybody who needs help, email or the site or me, and we'll figure out your state national papers and get you hooked up right. And all the states, anybody in any states, if you're a national, start filling your seats. Start getting your state nationals together and start filling your republics. Let's call it what it is, the de jure government. The de facto has to go, like Trump said. With that, peace out. You all have a great night. And check the website, buy some silver. God bless. Peace.